So David, where are we off to today?
Then we're going to a Spanish restaurant called Comida in South Australia, Hahndorf.
Well, a Spanish restaurant in the heart of an old German town. Sounds amazing.
It is. Brad, what are we cooking tonight?
We're going to do the chicken and chorizo, which is our most popular paella we do here. So first one that we go in is the eggplant.
I thought it was rice. This is why I'm not a chef.
If you don't put the eggplant in first, it doesn't cook and it stays a bit sort of that raw eggplant taste. So you've got to really cook the eggplant out. Next one to go in is the cauliflower.
What's the guts, the heart and soul of a classic paella?
It is the rice. We use a good Spanish rice. Mm-hmm. You can't get Australian grown the one the same. It's just not the same. You've got to use the proper Spanish rice.
These are both from Artist Wines in the Adelaide Hills. First one up is a beautiful Pinot Gris, and this is from an excellent guy called Andrew Miller, who cut his teeth in a really big winery, then travelled the world and learnt all of these different techniques, but of course you can't always use them at a big winery. He was a bit restricted, so he thought, I'll start my own brand, Artist Wines. And this is where we find this delightful Pinot Gris that I thought won't be too oily and big like some, but it's not going to be thin and acidic either. So I think what we're going to get is something that's beautifully textural, that should carry the flavour, and actually still you'll be able to find it in amongst the paella. You know, it won't be masked by the richness of that chorizo or any of those spices.
It's got that gorgeous lemongrass component to it.
Beautiful. Yep, slight melons and little bits of tropical. I think this is going to work really well, David.
Yeah. Got the Nero Diablo, which we actually chilled, made by the same company, and Andrew's done something quite different. So it's unoaked. We've chilled it, the Nero Diablo, which is something which we don't actually see. And I think it actually lends itself to that spicy component in the food. So I'll let you try and see what you think.
Excellent. Yeah, I love the idea of a chilled red wine in Australia.
It is, especially with this hot weather we have over here. I think it's just quite different to go to something different.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Such lovely floral notes there, violets and so on, you know. Oh, so pretty.
It is. And an extremely good wine to go, especially with the Spanish or the Mediterranean style of food.
Yeah, so I thought I'd bring a Pinot Gris because I thought it's not a lightweight white, but it's not also a big punch in the head, I need to wear a helmet, massive oaked white either. So I thought that low acid sort of thing and the citrus and sort of, there's hints of stone fruit, don't get me wrong, it's not trying to be a Chardonnay, but I just thought that might be really pretty and floral and just bring out some of the flavours in Brad's beautiful handiwork here.
So, Brad, what do you think of the Pinot Gris?
Yeah, that's really lovely actually, and like I said, it does complement it very well.
The idea from the winemaker Andrew Miller was the fact he's listening to people go, I don't drink red wine. Or I do, but they give me headaches or they're too big. And he kept thinking, this is interesting. And some people go, I like rosé, but I don't know about you, but there's still a perception that all rosé is sweet because it looks pink. And some of it is as dry as popcorn, you know. But unless that's on the back label, people are a bit timid, so they worry about it and they think, I'm not going to have rosé. Or, you know, so this is a great starting one. I get people who say, I never drink red wine, who drink this.
If you were given a preference, which one would you go for?
I always prefer a red, but that's just got, like I said, it's a long taste and it's delicious, and it enhances the food, and it's not overpowered by any of the stuff inside of it.
Hospitality isn't easy, and I always said anyone who hasn't been in hospitality should do it just for at least 1 week, you know, to see how much actually goes into the dedication. So how do you keep up your enthusiasm? Like, what makes you still kick and go for it every day after all these years?
I just really love cooking. I come from a big family. I have 3 brothers and sisters. I've got a big family too. Now I've got 6 kids, and I just
They're all. We didn't see them in the kitchen.
They're
there were they
school.
on dishes? Or?
Yeah, no, they love coming in too, and that's another thing. I love to see. I love to see that the excitement in their eyes and knowing what I do, and then coming in. Like my daughter's just started doing some dishes for me on the weekends, and they can see how hard it is for me to do what I do, but also how rewarding it is at the end of the day when, you know, we get good feedback.
Glenn, how good was the food and the wine matching today at Comida? Wasn't Brad a great chef and a great entertainer and a host for us?
I had a wonderful time. It was so good, but do you really think he'll notice if we take this pair?
I don't think so.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go.